Okay, we're up in the air. This is 7 acres at Timber Shoals Ranch. This is tract 64, it looks like. And we're looking at the property. We're looking west. The truck is parked on the easement road at the east side of the property. So we're looking west. You can see Bull Shoals Lake over there. We're at the north end of a private peninsula, so we actually have the lake in both directions. So as we pan to the north there, well, now we're still going. But now we're looking to the northeast and ultimately the east. That's State Line Cove and Bull Shoals Lake. It's interesting. We had a massive amount of rain about a week before this video, and so the water in Bull Shoals Lake is not clear. And every other time I've been out here and done videos and whatnot, it's all been clear. The coves have been clear because of the massive rain and then coming down the rivers over the last few days. The water is actually not clear. So something to keep in mind, in that generally it would be quite clear. Okay, so now we're looking west at the property. Like I said, the truck's on the road. If you look to the left of the truck and going back, that's that cool little meadow area that's on the property where you can pull in and actually literally pull to the left behind that big cluster of trees. So you've instantly got a private place to, if you want to do some hunting or potentially for a building site if it's far enough back off the road. So heading west, you can, obviously this is a winter video, so all the leaves are off the trees, but you still do have the cedars that you can see. Cedars and pines are obviously the green ones. Heading west, very nice timber on this tract. We only walked a little bit on the east side, but the drone video will tell the full tale in that it's basically all wooded. It's a very level tract, which is unusual for a tract of this size to be basically all level enough to build whatever you want. Well, you can probably build anywhere, and we've seen people build in some crazy spots, but in this particular tract, you don't have to get super creative with your building site. You can keep the costs low because this is mostly all level. So we're headed west, looking at the big hardwood. Multiple sites for building and camping. If you want to get private, you can get back off the road several hundred feet where no one can even see you. Now what we're looking for in the drone video is we're looking for the other easement road that borders the west side of the property, but it's pretty tough to spot from the air. And when we're actually doing the drone videos, we just have this little screen we're looking at. We're generally standing in the sunlight and that's blaring down on us, and it can be hard to really see what's going on, and I don't recall if we actually find that road on the west side. Now we're in another area with a mix of cedar and hardwood trees. That could potentially be the western easement road there. These are minimum maintenance roads. They've existed here for decades, and they really haven't been maintained as far as the trees starting to grow in on the road, and the guys have been going through and trying to widen them out and make them where a truck or an SUV, preferably a four-wheel drive truck or an SUV, can use these roads. Okay, so looking to the west there, you can see how that's Bull Shoals, but it is not clear. Every other time we've been out here, that's been very clear, but with the rain coming down the rivers and churning things up, it's not clear there. So now you can see that road right in the middle of the screen, but if you look at the map, I'm not clear if that's the road that borders the property or if that's the road just a little bit west of that that heads all the way down to the Sandy Beach area. But either way, you're getting a pretty good overview of the area looking west at the lake there. Strange to see it when it's not clear. Okay, looking north, so you can see the meadow up there. On the left side of the meadow is Moe Ark Road, the paved road. And now panning back toward the east, and we're looking directly over the property. If you look at how the ground lays, the ups and downs everywhere, I mean, that's true Ozarks, which is why it's pretty interesting that this entire tract is more or less flat or just has a small slope to it, so all usable property. And we'll head back to the east here, and hopefully we'll get down really low so you can get a look at this timber We only really walked on the east side of the property, but I mean, it was great timber. No signs of logging that we could see on this property. Okay, I wish we would have gotten a little lower, but there we go. I really want to take a look at the timber and take a look at the sites. Obviously in the spring and summer when the leaves are out, this will be just a sea of green. But a drone video in the spring and summer, you really can't see the ground because there's too much green to see the ground properly. In the winter you can actually get a look at that timber, and this is good timber, so that's great. So we're getting toward the east side, and it looks like we're going to take a look at that little private area which is off of the easement road. You can see that hasn't been mowed, but if it were mowed and cleaned up, it's a pretty nice view to the east from the property. See, the little tiny meadow area behind those trees is really nice because even in the wintertime when the leaves are off all the hardwood trees, you've got that stand of cedars right there, so it still has a private feel. Now in the spring and summer it's going to be extremely private when the leaves are back on the hardwood trees, but the little area right at the bottom of the screen, we stood there when we did the video, and you could just see little bits of the easement road because those cedars were giving you a nice buffer, so that's cool. So now looking to the north, basically, with the land on the left side of the road. Several access points nearby to Bull Shoals Lake. You've also got the area around the lake, which you can actually use for hunting, which is fantastic. So you've got several hundred acres of land you can use for hunting in addition to your own property, which you can hunt upon. But yeah, check us out at InstantAcres.com. If the tract is still available, that's where you'll see it. Or shoot us an email or give us a call. 7 acres, tract 64 at Timber Shoals Ranch. Super nice property.